This is the Nifty Alpha. I'm the host of this show, Nifty Nick, and these are my friends, Speculator Art and Pio Vincenzo.
Wow.
This show is all about trading NFTs, my wins, their losses. And yeah, we're really excited that you decided to join us. Today, we're going to be discussing 3 projects. What are those 3 projects, Pio, my friend?
Treeverse, Metahero Jupiter, Ape Gang. The host of the show should know those.
Okay, so well, this is the show.
This is a good Sunday show already.
Can you at least get the link of this in my DM, huh? That'd be great. So hey, welcome to the show. That's what these 3 projects are. For those who have never seen this before, we're gonna put the links in the description so you can scrub through all of the nonsense that while we're getting started, because Pio's not able to be a grown adult here on this show. So this is the Nifty Alpha once again for those who are not familiar. And yeah, let's dive into some of these projects. What you did not include, did you include Jupiter in there?
Yeah, it was the second thing he said.
Sorry. So where's the link? Pio, for the love of God, just get the link.
Look, man, I don't want to hear about the links anymore.
It's the worst host I've ever been on. The guy.
This is, my gosh.
Nobody wants to watch this show with you hosting.
I chose war this morning. So when it comes to this show today, let's start off with the first one.
That'd be a good idea. I like that.
Let's start off with the first one, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
We won't go to the second.
Yeah.
What was the first one again, Pio?
Treeverse.
I actually bought 3 of the Treeverses last night. Off the news.
Damn, dude, you've been buying high. Nick's replacing me as the buy high guy.
Well, I got 3 at 2.1. Look at the check that floor price.
Okay,
bad, not bad.
Nice. I bought. See, I'm disappointed that I only bought one of these when they minted. What were they? 0.11.
Yeah, I didn't get any minted because I was away. Being away has been the most costly state of mind in the NFT game for me. But I ended up buying like 6 of them at like 0.5. And then I sold them all when they ripped up. I think previously they got up to like 1.5, 1.6, maybe even 2. I don't think 2. But I flipped them. And then they went all the way back down to 0.6, maybe even a little lower. So like 0, it was at like 0.6 back in like September, middle of September. And then there's been a steady move up over the past week, 7 to 10 days. One news-driven event was that they're doing like some sort of avatar or, some sort of airdrop-ish thing. It sounds like you want to say something, Nick.
Yeah, it's a new avatar, but it's not being done for. So Loopify posted about this. He basically said he did this whole thread where he was describing what's going on. He gave a picture of it. He was describing that they now have 7 developers on their team. They have, which I guess is a lot.
That's not that impressive, Crypto Raiders. We have 5, and we didn't just raise $2.5 million. So.
Yeah, so 7 engineers. Like, it's funny. Well, I don't want to shit on them because I'm a fan of Loopify, and I think I'm a believer in what he's doing. There's multiple categories that I'm seeing across this ecosystem. There's those that are really good at hype and launching basically nothing, but promising the future. So that's, I would put Pixel Vault into that group. I'd see this project is moving somewhere in the spectrum between just building incredible stuff, and then the spectrum on the other end is marketing incredibly. And then somewhere in between is people that are doing both of those things decently. But he showed a screenshot or a recording of his project ultimately,
like where you're jumping, where the guys
where
jumping
you're
up.
Jumping, and I'm like, okay, well, that demo could have been done by someone in a few days or like a week or something like that in a 3D.
And what's interesting too is that the art and the design playstyle looks completely different from like the preview world that everyone like was able to run into at the beginning if you bought Treeverse, which is funny to me because then I'm thinking that a lot of these people are just using like open world like run around generators with open world art generators, kind of like hacking something fake into place and then making something, which I'm not knocking. Like everyone's like done that. You kind of have to like, you know, sometimes hack around on these things. But that preview looked really, really good to me. I was impressed by it. I liked it. I'm still trying to fully understand their directional take on the game. Like with us at like Crypto Raiders, we have like a strong roadmap and like this is what you're going to do in the game. And like this is how the game works, and this is the directional roadmap. I still want to see that from Treeverse. Like they really just showed like a guy jumping up like a hill and jumping down a hill, but they're not like, what are you going to do in the game? All these things still unanswered. But the big catalyst last night for the latest move up is that they raised at a $25 million valuation. I would guess they probably raised 10%. So I'm guessing they probably raised like $2.5 million. But that news event really catapulted the price up from, it was sitting at 2, it went up to 3 this morning, down to like 2.8. So I bought last night based on the news because actually I have a better mic in the mail.
There's a new
It's
mic coming,
today.
okay? He bought a new one. I showed him how to buy a microphone
Jared.
the other day.
I love
and an
Jared
audio
saying,
interface.
What's he saying? What's he saying?
But the irony is Pio's mic is so hypersensitive that it picks up literally everything.
You're the only one that complains about that. The audience has never complained about that.
Yeah, it's good, dude. It's fine. It's perfectly
you got a new
fine.
mic coming, man.
Don't listen to this guy,
Anyways,
Jared.
Good.
Yeah, fucking Jared, go back.
It does sound like you are calling in from like an airplane, though.
Yeah, whatever. I am, whatever. New mic coming in. Anyways, okay, so it went up to like 3.1 this morning, back down to 2.6, and then now it's in like the 2.8 range. But I bought solely off of the hype of the news event because I saw that and I was like, $25 million valuation. You don't hear about raises like that very often in the space. And the people that do raises like that, like Zed Run had a big raise and all this other stuff. It's a legitimizer, right? Regardless if they need the money, it's like a legitimizer event. So now a lot of people are like really excited and buying it.
So
that's the summary.
I honestly do not fully buy into. Well, okay, I own one. I wish I owned more.
Guess how much Matty DCL owns?
I have no idea.
Screenshot. He put
all
a
of
screenshot.
them.
90. He owns 90 at average cost 0.4. I did the math. It's like a $300,000 gainer so far for him.
He's such a savage. He's such a savage.
He bets big and sometimes it misses, but he doesn't sell. Exactly.
He bought Meta, whatever what's the thing? Mechaverse at 8 ETH.
And now the floor's 8 ETH. So it's ironic how that works.
But anyways, I think Founders Plot, it's interesting. They're rolling out some other stuff, but it's hilarious because literally everyone's like, oh, well, we're now doing an avatar or we're now adding a universe. Like there's so much fundraising going on with so little delivered. And that's the thing, which is insane to me, is how much people are raising right now. Like I look at the Metahero Universe and the Planet DAO, of which I was fucking attacked yesterday for that. Are we on to that yet? That comes next, right?
That's next.
Because
we can do it now.
Because I got some.
If I can give one more closing thought onto your point, which I completely agree with you, because I'm not trying to show my own project that I'm working on, but with Crypto Raiders, if you look at the funds that we've generated from the community relative to what we shipped, I don't think that you can find a better project out there other than maybe Galaxy Fighter Club that just had a big release today. They were a smaller raise and like really grinded too. You do have to do that math in your head, Nick. I agree. How much has this company raised? Right. And then how much are they shipping and delivering? Because if not shipping and delivering at the level that they raise, you got to ask them like questions about like where the funding is going. I'm not saying this specifically about Treeverse, but there's a lot of projects out there that they raise you know how much you can do with fucking $3 million? Like you can scale an entire team up in a very big way with your
I could buy a bigger apartment. That's what I could
buy
do.
a bigger apartment, that's for sure. But the thing
Bigger
is
than
when
the city block.
game development is all salaries. Like we've literally gotten crypto raiders up to $50,000 a month in salaries for employees, and we're shipping a ton of stuff out the door. And that's really our only cost. We don't have like a warehouse. We don't have shipping fee. We don't have these other costs. The margins are like really good. You plow it all into development.
It's just work.
It's just,
right. It's just work.
It's just work and good ideas and like a good vision. And some projects, I think they need to still figure out their vision and their ideas, and then they also need to like ship. But anyways, and rant. I like Treeverse. I like the people that are behind Treeverse. I like their marketing angles. So and I like news-driven events. So I bought 3. I'm going to swing 2, keep 1 free roll. But yeah, I would like to hear more about their roadmap. Because if you look at their art and you kind of look at the style, I think RuneScape. I think it's going to be like a RuneScape-y game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's doing a good job as a CEO if that's what his role is in terms of raising funds. That's literally the only job of the CEO, and to project the vision. So from that standpoint, Loopify is doing a great job at that. And so I can't knock somebody for doing an excellent job. I'm just really excited that the Nifty Alpha, we're going to be releasing a game very soon. But give us a couple of weeks before we use one of these open world things to actually demonstrate the game that we're building, because we're really excited. We're probably building the next metaverse that's going to be the metaverse. Like a lot of people claim that there's other metaverses. They're full of shit.
Yeah, ours is better because we're actually using a new pixel art technology called 4x4 grid, and it really bumps up what you can do with the game.
Yeah,
the game is turn-based. Basically, like it's a traditional turn-based game, right? But the turns are the characters, the different players taking turns spanking Nick. So this is a game that I think everybody can enjoy.
And he did the audio for like the he gets spanked. But
we also hired a team of musicians to actually create an orchestra. But one of those, like, by orchestra, I mean one of those like wedding bands that you can hire. So we actually, rather than at my upcoming wedding, we're actually recording the band live so that I can get dual use out of it, and we're going to be putting that directly in the game. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, it's a double use out of the money. So we're really effective with our capital, which is why you're going to want to not invest, but to buy our NFT. That's why you're going to want to buy our NFT.
And that's actually one of the funny things that I've learned about this game is that they almost sometimes the game projects that the less that they tell you and the better preview art they have, the bigger the price goes. Because it's almost like then people have to like speculate about what it's really going to be. And so then they're like dreamers. You know what I mean? And it's almost like sometimes when you actually have your roadmap laid out, people get like more sobered up. They're like, oh, it's just a turn-based fucking, Dota auto chess game.
Dude, I lived through and documented the rise of the Facebook apps space, and people were making games that literally had nothing in it. Like it was like worse than Drug Lords or Drug Wars, whatever that TI-82 game is. It was worse. Like literally, you just invited people. Anyways, we're on a rant for this, and Pio.
Let's get some FUD going today. Planet DAO. Let's get some FUD going.
I want to flip out about this one. Oof.
So like real quick, but I want you to flip out. I want everyone to know that I take the opposite position to Nick on this. I'm on record that I am not fudding this.
To be clear, I fudded this and bought more. So
and I'm neutral. I own nothing, so I'm a neutral counterparty. So I'll sit in the middle.
So here's what happened. So we had been documenting the Jupiter play on this show, and we were saying, hey, Wappy had given us an entire thesis, a freaking college essay about why he thought Jupiter was the play here. And so I bought 3 planets. I was like, I don't know about this Wappy dude. I'll buy 1 Jupiter, I'll buy a Neptune, and I'll buy a Uranus. And so I bought I bought those 3. Then yesterday, they come out so first the day before they shut down minting on Jupiter. Jupiter's price goes to like 1.5 ETH or something like that. And people are like, oh my God, I got a Jupiter. They shut it down.
And the price spiked?
Yeah, and the play has materialized because the original stated supply was going to be like 24,000. And now there was only 1,500 or 1,800 or whatever the number was. Okay. And so I'm saying like, jackpot, Wappy is a fucking genius. Thank you, Wappy. You are a god. That's what I'm thinking with this whole thing. Then yesterday,
never fall in love, always sell.
G-Funk. Yeah, I should have followed that rule. G-Funk. I figured like, okay, I'd sit on this for at least more than a day. Like,
also you don't know when the news event is going to be.
So then the news event happens, and the news event yesterday was G-Funk coming on Twitter. And essentially saying,
you get
like,
a Jupiter. You get a
everyone
Jupiter.
gets a Jupiter that is
You
minted
get a Jupiter.
for
Fucking
being,
Oprah Winfreying the community,
for being an early buyer into this. And if you still mint today, you will get one of those Jupiters, which to me is a bunch of fucking bullshit because those people minting now are not early believers in the project.
No,
they're people hoping to get a free NFT. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Here's what I'll say. I can't knock these guys on their ability to market it. When you talk about the spectrum, right? They're all the way on the marketing side. Albeit, I will say that their avatar drop was good quality. I like the style of it. I thought it was cool. I thought that was well done.
Really good.
But they've done, you know, the layering of this NFT, this NFT, this NFT, and they all magically somehow all hold this insanely high value. Not knocking that because 95%.
It's a
of
cult.
NFT
That's how you do it, Nick. It's a cult.
Yeah, but
literally,
like
I'm getting attacked on Twitter for saying these things and saying
you deserve to be attacked.
This isn't supply. What did I call it?
Well,
you said you diluted your supply.
Yeah, I called it dilution, and everyone's like, "You don't understand the definition of dilution. You don't get what dilution is." And I'm like, "No, I get dilution."
They just double the amount of planets instantly by doing this. They literally
just double the amount of
planets.
But they're like, no. But the supply is still the original stated supply, and I'm like, you don't understand supply.
The theoretical supply, which is what I want to touch on, because the thing is, I think they've done a fantastic job marketing. Community loves them. Good avatar project. I'm not gonna knock them. But what I think is very interesting is that this Planet DAO raise is for a video game. An abstract video game that they're saying that they're going to create.
They're going to create a AAA game studio. Dude, we've seen AAA game studios create hot garbage that sucks and
with decades of experience in the space. But and here's the thing. I've been working with crypto traders developing a game. Developing a game is not fucking easy at all, even at like the pixel dungeon level, which has been around for decades. If you're talking about a AAA like graphics, AAA engine, AAA amount of content to do. If you do the math on their total raise, they're looking to raise like $150 million, right? Or even higher, maybe even $250 million if they sold out this entire project. To go from never making a game before to now having a $250 million production budget, that's like literally going in your backyard and shooting some fucking iPhone amateur TikTok videos, and then you go for a George Lucas movie. You know what I mean? It's not easy. Like
Zynga's a great example of this. They hired they contracted out a guy to make a poker game. They made Texas Hold'em was the first game that they made on the Facebook platform back in the day. Granted, that was in the days of sort of it's Flash game style sort of game.
Yeah,
and like you can off the shelf. Texas Hold'em is a known thing. Like it's literally a programmer test. It's like just learning Yahtzee or something like that, basically. So maybe a little more advanced.
Maybe a little bit on the security side, but other than that, easy production of the game.
Exactly. So it's a known entity.
Can I say something?
No, Pio, I'm still talking.
I'm on DMs with VGF, and he said that you're just so off base, bro. You're off base, Nick.
Come on the show, VGF.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
It's this cult thing that I'm a buyer of these things, VGF. I'm an owner of them, and I'm not dumping on the system. While I was fudding it yesterday, I literally bought another at 0.3. So there you go, VGF.
Yeah.
But the statement is still rings true, which is that there was theory, and I don't care that the supply was stated at 10 100 million is what you could have written the supply as. You weren't going to sell 100 million of those NFTs. It's just not going to happen, basically. And so instead, yesterday, with a little bit of manipulation, you sold more. But like, this is so the fact I bought into it, knowing that it wasn't going to sell out, and assuming that some of those supplies were going to be burned. Did I not read the document that was a fucking college course to understand the Pixelverse universe? No, I didn't read it. I apologize. I'm used to trading. I'm an idiot, and I'm used to trading basic stuff.
Nick, what you should have done is you should have done what McGill, if you could put McGill's comment up. McGill flipped his Jupiter, so he made some money on that, and he's getting a free one. So this guy is a genius. He literally just...
Wait, hold on. I can sell it and I get one?
Yeah, he tripled his money, and now he's going to get his Jupiter back. That's what we call a free play in my book. That's called a free... That's a free
it's a freebie. Exactly. I should have sold my Jupiter, kept my Uranus and Neptune, and
once
then
again,
got
I want
two
to
more.
let my record state, which is I love the community. I think that they've done an amazing job of building a community, building an ecosystem. They're layering different things into the ecosystem. I think that it's been a case study on how you can run a project successfully in this space. I have personally made a lot of suggestions to the crypto team, taking some of my learnings from the Pixel Vault universe, Metaverse universe, whatever you want to call it. So I got nothing but props to say about that community.
We're all
everything
trying
like that.
to replicate their success. Like,
their success is undeniable. You're
not going to, Nick.
My only particular thing is that I think it's a very ambitious video game production level strategy that they are going for, and I wish them the best of luck.
Hopefully they come on the show. Hopefully VGF, rather than like, dude, I got dead silence on some of the responses I had because maybe it stung too hard. I don't know what it is. Dude, it's much love to others in the ecosystem that are able to raise money.
Hey,
but it's also fucking America, and I get to say what I want about this stuff. Like, and I don't know why I'm attacked for my opinion on these projects.
Pio, let's let Pio say a little something from the protagonist side.
Well, look, all I'm going to say is if anybody from the Pixel Vault community, VGF, G-Funk, Beanie, anybody's watching, any people that are in this thing that Nick is, disrespectfully calling a cult, I just want to make sure that everybody understands that I think Nick is completely full of shit. I'm about to get my free Jupiters that I'm happy about because I'm actually appreciative when people give me free shit.
I'm
that's
looking
be
forward
worth
to
a lot
my
of money
free
someday.
Jupiters, but it's not when you call it free money. Here was the problem. Yesterday, G-Funk said that it's sorry that I just gave you another 0.65 ETH, but you didn't. The price dropped. We increased the supply and the price dropped. And as soon as that supply
if you're a short-term thinker, then sure. If you're a short-term
I'm sorry
thinker,
that I'm not. Dude, get the hell. I'm holding some of these different things. That's another one of the attack methods that they use. The cult members also tell me that I don't understand math. And I'm just being gaslit.
You definitely don't understand.
I'm being gaslit by this abusive fucking community that's coming in and gaslighting me. I love you all. I hope you succeed. We're all gonna make it. And in the meantime, fuck you for attacking me on Twitter. Okay, that's my say on this thing.
I love some drama. I love controversy, and I love having discussions like this. I think it's like good to have discussions like this. People shouldn't be attacked for asking questions.
Legitimate questions that are objectively true.
Yeah.
If you go and look at the supply on OpenSea, that's straight up what it is. It's
more supply is better. You want more because then you get it into different people's hands. I'm gonna buy all your Jupiters off of you for a premium. I'll buy all your Jupiters.
Okay, so should we go print 40,000 other identical apes by Bored Ape Yacht Club? You think that's gonna be a big banger? Like everyone's gonna be like,
yes,
guys, we've been such a fan of this community. You just
you're forgetting you get some sidekicks. Right, with your planets,
you get sidekicks.
I heard you can use BGLD to get Jupiter. I think they're airdropping it to that as well. Sorry, that was a comment that was in there.
If you go to a bagel store and I say, hey, you can have one bagel or you can have a dozen bagels, which one are you going to take? You're going to take a dozen bagels, Nick. Everybody knows that you eat
especially
bagels
if it's
constantly.
a New York bagel.
Those bagels aren't $4,000. Okay, maybe the difference.
Maybe your shitty bagel
Louis
store.
Vuitton came in and was like, "Hey, buy one get 16 free." We haven't been selling enough. It's now 16 free. This is a luxury good that you're buying here. This Jupiter planet.
Here's the thing.
So moral
These
of the
guys
story,
have
go ahead.
these guys have surprised us time and
get
time again.
canceled so quickly by this community.
You deserve to be
They're
canceled.
gonna withdraw my NFTs from my account. They're gonna figure out a way to do it.
They're gonna burn them.
VGF is going to replace you on the show. The show is going to be me, Sophisticated Art Speculator, and VGF.
If you want to buy a show, yeah, great.
Here's
anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that these guys time and time again have been able to surprise people with marketing genius and layering cool ideas and value. So I think that, you know, it's hard to bet against them necessarily, and not everyone's going to get everything right. Like maybe this Jupiter move was a little bit of a, you know, flop, but if it's a flop, they flopped free value onto their community. So you can it's not going to really hurt their community necessarily.
Nick's turnaround. And here's the deal. I'm going to keep holding. I'm going to keep holding mine. I want to win with the community. I will still hold them, and the entire time that I'm holding it, everyone, I want Pixelvault to know this is going to be a shtick on this show where I'm just from now on indefinitely fudding that project, despite the fact that I own it. I'm just kidding. I really want this to succeed, but to dismiss my emotions is what I felt like happened there, to tell me that I'm a fool for watching the value of my portfolio get cut in half on their beautiful announcement.
I don't think it was a bad comment at all. I think I would have felt the same way, especially if I owned a Jupiter. If I owned another planet, I wouldn't have cared so much. But if I was in on the Jupiter side, I'd probably be caring about it more. But I think, hey, this is their most ambitious move yet. They got really high, lofty goals. It's going to not be easy to hit, I think, but I think that they got a great team and a great community. And if someone's going to figure out how to make it work, they're one of probably, you know, the best bets in the game. So,
well, that was a fun show, y'all. We spent literally the majority of it.
I love this. I love this. I mean, this is fun. This is what people want to hear about. They don't want to hear like, oh yeah, you fucking minting, you know, dingleberry fucking donuts. Like, you know, minting sucks right now. Okay, minting blows right now. I've lost so much money minting. I've lost so much money buying goops and fucking shumpamettis and dinglings on secondary. I'm down big. Okay, so there ain't much of that shit to talk about. So we need stuff like Treeverse and you know, the planets for us to have some stuff to talk about. And the fucking bamboozlers drama last night, they steal open source copy Anonymous' code and launches it last night, and their floor skyrockets to like 3 ETH, and now it's down to like 1.5. Yeah, fuck the goop play, Spooky. Man, I'm down 50% on that. I don't take 50% losses very often in this game. So goops, get your shit together. Get the goops together and get the price back up to 0.6 ETH.
So I have one question. One technical question on the Metahero drop is I moved my minted planets to a different wallet, and so am I still going to get airdropped the Jupiters because they
probably
see
not
that
probably not your
too?
Fucked Pio because they didn't think.
No, but you know what I mean.
Kidding.
I asked VGF, he didn't answer.
I think you would.
It's be once you get down to the serious technical questions, suddenly everyone goes absent on that team. It's a pain in the ass.
They snapshotted based on like the just wallets that had the NFT. That's how they would have done it. So as long as your wallet had the NFT, you're fine.
Well, but you had to I think you needed to have minted it as well. So that's not completely true. From what I heard, you need to be a minter, and they're trying to penalize flippers. So I don't know. What we should do is bring VGF on, or to actually discuss.
Well, he's replacing you. You're fired.
In a friendly way.
Art Speculator are going to do the show.
I mean, obviously, the show is for entertainment purposes. I had someone on that note. I had someone DM me yesterday. They bought something that my email had surfaced about minting. I got to clean up the minting. Some people manipulate the minting, and they end up they mint a bunch to their own wallet, and it shows up in my email. And some guy clicked through that, then went from OpenSea to a website, paid to mint it, lost $240 because it was a rug pull. And then he DM'd me and asked me for a refund, essentially. And I was like, dude, well, rug pulls are part of the game here. Like, if you haven't lost $1 to a rug pull, congratulations. I don't know anybody I'm assuming both of you have been rugged at least once.
Fame Lady Squad. I consider Fame Lady Squad a rug
Shit.
pull.
No, but that
Like,
was a
right?
legit project.
No, it's a legit rug.
Wait,
It was
a
one of the
legit
most
rug.
clean rugs.
It was a full-blown rug.
It was like Russian devs. Price went to like 0.001. Yeah.
People like buying that
It was
again,
Russian
'cause
devs that like weren't girls.
Oh
They
yeah, I
pretended
remember
to be
that.
the
Yeah, that
girls.
said they
Yeah.
were women.
But
Yeah.
then it ran back up. It ran
Yeah,
back
because
up.
then Art
You know
Chick
what I
like
mean?
said like, give us the contract, we're taking the project back over, and then it was like a fucking big gainer.
So stupid.
Well, anyways, so I don't know what we're talking about. I went on a tangent. I apologize to
Trevor
anyone
Leahy
that's bought the
said
mints.
whatever. Trevor Leahy said whatever wallet minted then is going to get them. So I'm fine that my first wallet is going to get my Jupiters.
Wait, so I can sell them and I'm going to get these Jupiters?
Yeah, I think so.
What the
Right?
fuck?
Right? Everybody, like, is that correct? The minted wallet gets it. So basically, they're rewarding you for minting. Even if you sold it, you get rewarded for minting.
Okay, well, this is crazy. I don't want to keep talking about this. Let's move on to the next subject. Because I'm going to keep venting and I'm going to make more enemies in this space. I want them to come on the show to have a conversation about it rather than me and rather than be angry about
rather than you
that
talking
I
smack.
say one negative
Dude,
thing.
you're talking smack.
At least I'll give credit to those stupid fly frogs. And sorry, the people aren't stupid. I just think they look stupid. I think they look like sock puppets. But the people in the comments, when I tweeted that out this morning that they're a sock puppet, I have received nothing but love inviting me into the community. That's how that community behaves. Makes me want to buy a fly frog. When I tweet some negative shit about Pixel Vault, I literally have a slew of people telling me I'm a complete fucking idiot and I didn't understand the book. Well,
here's the thing. It's probably because
you don't understand it.
Probably because these people that they're hearing you say that, and they probably have like $150,000. And so if you're right, you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like a defense attack mechanism.
I'm probably not even right, but the fact that like I can't.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you have like an ETH in a project or something like that, you know what I mean? You're not like so invested in it. But like some of these people have so much money in a project. Like I've had it before where I've just said, you remember Doge Pound? That guy got so mad because I said I thought Doge Pound was ugly art. It's ugly art, dude. It looks like it's the weirdest shaped fucking dog I've ever seen in my life. Like that's not like an actual like no dogs can have that weird neck structure. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. But it's like 3 ETH. So I don't understand why people get so mad. It's like if you made
Pia
money
wanted to buy one on stream the other day. He was like, dude, what if this goes to 6 ETH? And I'm like, yeah, that's literally the story with every NFT. What if this goes to 400 ETH?
It's gonna go to 6 ETH.
I still don't want that no neck dog.
You owe me 6 ETH. You owe me 6 ETH.
Ape Gang,
anyway.
one of my rare wins,
yes.
or break evens, which is a win in this environment. Just not losing money is a win. I got in at like 0.6 to 0.7, so the floor is sitting there very healthily. The reason why I went in and bet on this project is because there's a long history. Pixel art is very hot right now. What's the
ape theme?
Ape, the Galaxy Kongs or
Galactic Apes.
Galactic Apes, they're like 1.8. Lots of pixel art has been pumping. Tommy Kimmel, or Kimmelman, he's a big guy at Nifty Gateway. He's hit some big wins on buys like this. He got in really big on Stacks Toads at like 3 Ethereum. And they're up to like 10 now, so that was a huge gainer. And he yesterday aped in on Ape Gang, and so I followed him and I bought 5 of these because I think that he's been making some good plays. And then funny enough, I go on and like fuck render bought like 20 of
13.
them or 13 of them, something like that. So there's like kind of like that smart money community getting behind the project, which is like a bullish sign for me because they usually don't like try to like quick flip or anything like that, and they're taking kind of supply out of the inventory. I think it's going to maybe take a little while to move at this level because I mean if you look at some of the prices like that floor for 0.7, it was bought at 0.045. There's a lot of people sitting on 10, 20x gains right now that are probably going to take profit. So it'll take a little time to churn through that, but I like the project. And honestly, Tommy had like a really good answer to like why he likes kind of this style pixel art, and he said like it makes like a really good profile pic. And at the end of the day, that's what we're all trying to do here.
It really
right?
does.
Yeah, it makes a good profile pic. And actually, my current profile pic is an Ape Gang because I tried it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, he's actually right. It's a really good profile pic. And so for me, I think that's big, and that's something we've almost gotten away with from like the PFP space. It's like what makes the good profile pics? Because at the end of the day, like, do we really need this insanely high quality art if like simpler art just looks, better?
So
this one could have real legs. It really
one?
could.
Yeah.
Just Ape Gang. I think it could have real legs.
Dude,
Nick,
man,
you're scared to buy back in. First of all,
I bought
you're
at
just wrong
0.02.
about
I bought
pixel
5 of
vault.
them at 0.02, and then I sold them because I was like, holy shit, this went way up. And so
Toucan mint is coming, bro. You don't want the toucan?
That information is priced in. That's the reality, dude. Like, this is becoming like the stock market. I wrote this yesterday, not to bring back the pixel vault shit. Basically, like the way that they announced that news was like X dividend date. That's literally what happened. Is essentially what when the dividends paid out, the price drops, and the same thing goes with airdrops. You see a run up as prior to airdrops to different items, but we've seen a lot of projects do that recently and it not fare well. We've seen a bunch of airdrops. Some have done well, but a lot of them have not.
Well, the thing is, logically, is that who is interested in the airdrop? The same community. They're getting the airdrop, and a lot of their liquidity and trading is going to go onto that new airdrop project, and that's liquidity that probably otherwise would have been used potentially within the project. So it just creates like a little bit of like a lag. It happens almost every time. It's happening right now with Bored Ape Yacht Club. It happened with punks in the Meebits. It's a very common effect. I
agree on the pixel art with this. I'm a huge fan of Ape Gang, and I have been since the beginning. The only thing I regret is that y'all, at least Nick here, just ignored that message. He said, "What I said, let's sweep the floor," was literally my message at that point in time. This one's going straight to the moon, and that one was this was another Nick DM. I've been aping into a lot of stuff recently, but most of the stuff is absolute garbage. And in this case, this I don't DM about those. To be clear, those are ones where I'm following other people and I'm trying to copy trade some of these things. And most of my copy trades recently have been complete failures. But
I'm with you. The copy trading is not working for me.
I'm literally just
Loppy's copy trades, except for the 10 KTF, but we might need some time for that one to start cooking.
I'm not way down on that though. The thimble that I bought, I think I bought at 0.45 and it's 0.43. I don't think that's way down. You all were saying that it's way down. I don't think that it's.
It was way down at the time that I sent that DM, but it's recovered since then.
Got it. Yeah, I mean,
it was cut in half at that time.
The leather did go down. I don't know what I bought the leather at. I think I got that at 0.17.
Yeah, something. And what is it? 0.12 right now or 0.13?
Yeah, I got a 0.13 is what I got it at, and I got the thimble at 0.41.
I'm just making a bet solely on like the Beeple rumor here, and
I like it.
Yeah,
I still like this. I'm gonna hold on to this one.
I like it too. I'm not worried about it.
Wait for the news event. The news event for whatever this is going to be used for.
That's gonna blow this up.
Yeah. Anything below 10 ETH is free. Lex is totally right.
I want to call out one thing. Do you guys know anything about this dynamic between Galaxy Fighter? Do you guys know what Galaxy Fighter
Fight
is?
Club?
Yeah. Do you know what that is? Okay.
Yep.
And so apparently I just got a DM. So CyberKongs an hour ago announced a partnership with Galaxy Fight to bring CyberKongs into the PvP metaverse. CyberKongs holders will be able to log into the Galaxy Fight Club and access 1v1 game mode to battle each other, or even holders of other collections. Someone that I know, a Nifty Flipper, called this. He said that Galaxy Fighter is going to moon. I'm looking at it right here on a different window. And it looks like, I can't tell, it looks like basically from yesterday to today, the floor has moved from around 0.6 to almost 0.9. So I don't know if there's more room to run there. And I don't know how significant that partnership is. Nick, do you have any information on that?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the news like same as everyone else. So like my understanding of like Galaxy Fighter Club, for like the lack of a better word, or like a example, it's like a Super Smash Brothers, but it's more of like an arena fighter style. Um, but like the Super Smash Brothers comparison is because like there will be characters from all different games in this game, and those characters are from like other PFP projects. So they do partnerships with other PFP projects to like to let their players like play in the game. Um, so I think it's a really interesting concept. I still have to figure out and understand like why do you want the Galaxy Fighter avatars, like these ones that are pumping, versus just like owning a character from another game that you get to port in for free. Regardless, you know, CyberKongs is a massive community, so this is like a really good partnership for Galaxy Fight Club. Um, and I have to say that I'm very impressed with this project in terms of the development. I mentioned this earlier when we were talking about like crypto raiders and all, like not raising a lot of money. These guys didn't raise a ton of money and have shipped a lot of production value for the money that they've raised. So I'm personally a fan of the project, and I mean, like, look at some of these like gainers. If it's a 10x in a month, pretty much. I was looking at some of the prices earlier. If you bought a month ago, you're looking at like a 10x right now. So I think they're doing a great job as a community and as devs. So I'd say that this is like one of those like indie, and it's a very interesting concept. The concept of like the interoperability between all sorts of different projects and games, and being able to play each other and fight each other in this. So, I mean, overall, I think it's a cool project.
I think there's an interesting dynamic at play here. So when I got into NFTs, I said, so during the ICO craze in 2017, I had a YouTube channel. I still have that YouTube channel, and I'd make make fun of different ICOs because I thought it was a big scam. And for the most part, a lot of them were scams.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
When NFTs came around, I said, I'm going to suspend disbelief and just go in and become a believer of this thing. And now I still am a believer, even if, well, I am a believer. Now there's this nested layer underneath NFTs where you need to suspend disbelief. And that has to do with these games. So I bought into Chicken Run or Chicken, I forget
Polygon. Yeah. Chicken Derby.
Chicken Derby. And that one looks dope. That's like a Mario Kart type thing. And what's interesting is so the same thing happened with the Kongs. I'm blanking on the Kongs, the 3v3, the one that
CyberKongs?
No, not CyberKongs.
The basketball game. The basketball game.
The basketball, the
game.
Kong League.
Rumble
Kongs. Yeah, and so Rumble
Kong
League.
I know NFTs.
And so they made an announcement that they had just hired an agency to make the game. This is months after they had announced that they were making a game. And
that's what I'm telling you, man. Everyone's raising money, and no one actually understands how to build a fucking game. And that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna toot my own fucking horn at Crypto Raiders. The lead dev has built games his whole fucking life. He knows how to build a game. Everyone on the team is gamers. The two top devs have been gamers their whole life. One has game dev experience. Like, most of these people are raising money saying they're building a game, then they raise the money and they go, oh shit, we have no fucking clue what we're doing. No, like,
all we have is literally a 2D avatar cartoon of this game character.
Well, no, and you can tell the difference. Like, that's why I'm propping up Galaxy Fight Club. They actually have a preview of Kongs fighting in the game. You can see the graphics. You can see the like button click actions. Like, it's all there. Like, they've actually built a game. Like, it's not crazy difficult unless you're making an advanced promise. Like, a basketball game is not easy to code.
So I'm really quick. I might seem distracted for a second. Micah G posted in the Nifty Alpha Discord to drop everything you're doing and get into this Discord for the project Slim Hoods.
Yeah, so I already did that while I saw in the Discord. Well, actually, real quick, shout out to our Discord. If you're not in it, go to the nifty.com/Discord and get in that Discord. There's going to be interesting. That's where we're going to announce the development of our upcoming game that we're building. So yeah, that's the place to join. But on a serious note, I really do recommend going in there. There has been some good alpha. You got to sift through and make decisions for yourself as to which ones are the right ones to invest in. But a number of the members in the Discord have definitely shared some good quality stuff in there.
So I got one. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
That was it.
Okay, so I want to talk about one more project, and I know I'm adding on one more at the end, so Nick's probably going to yell at me, but basically the Tom Bilyeu Impact Theory NFT, we had Tom on the show on Friday. You can get on the whitelist today, and it's basically kind of like an open whitelist. It's not like this big, challenge to get on the whitelist. And so I was thinking of deploying at least a half ETH.
So how do you get on the whitelist? Let's first start with that.
You go into his Discord and you sign up on the whitelist, like in a channel that says like sign up for the whitelist. I'm having trouble finding like the minting site, or it might not actually even be released yet. But basically, I'm thinking about deploying a half ETH of capital, if not 1 ETH, into the lowest tier, which is 0.1 ETH via the whitelist. There will be 10,000 mints of that one. And my logic there is that this is almost like a Gary Vee play in the sense that Tom has his own audience already, has 2 million YouTube subscribers, has this built out media platform. And I think that it's understood that he's going to put the work in to drive value to these NFTs. So the price tiers are 3 ETH, 1.5 ETH, and 1 ETH. And if you buy on the whitelist, you pay at those numbers. If you want to risk not getting it and wait for it to go to Dutch auction, then you could theoretically get it for cheaper, because through the Dutch auction, it will end. The floor of the Dutch auction will be 1/2 of those numbers. So the 3 ETH will get cut to 1.5. The 1.5 will get cut to 0.75, and the 1 will get cut to 0.05. My thought is to whitelist like 5 or 10 of the 0.1, with the assumption that those things are going to really rip. Like, I think 0.1 is a really nice entry point to get exposure to the Tom Bilyeu project, and then make decisions on whether I want to do the Dutch auction for the other stuff, not as a speculator, but to be a member of Tom's community, and really to pay for like, a relationship and private Discord access with Tom for business purposes.
Somebody said the Discord link doesn't work. Just to clarify, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but it does work. It's the nifty.com/Discord. I can't post in comments here because only Pio can do that. Don't you have that pin, like a pin for that?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll also just put the actual link.
Dude, I don't know if I agree with your play here. My play would actually be to buy the expensive one.
Right, but would you wait for the Dutch auction, or would you whitelist it? Like, when, because basically, if you whitelist it, that's you saying, I think that this is going to sell out at 3 ETH at whitelist, and I don't know if I believe that. I mean, I don't know how many mints. I think he said there's going to be like 2,700 of the 3 ETH one or something. He's got a huge fan base, but I think he's onboarding a lot of people like Gary Vee did. And gun to my head, I think that the 3 ETH one is going to make it to the Dutch.
Oh, I see what happened. Pio used various casing because he thought incorrectly that you can just write the capital D in Discord. That doesn't work.
That's a website problem. Think your fucking website. You're not Google, dude. You don't need case sensitivity. No, I'm kidding.
Case sensitivity.
I just want to shill right here. Crypto Raiders is the #2 project on Polygon. It's bigger than Chicken Derby. Nick and
yeah, maybe. Well, I sold you. So you had not been a partner in that initially. And when you told me about it and you were talking on the podcast about it, I had bought a bunch of those naked characters in that game.
It's and okay, you'd only be up like another 20-30x.
So yeah, I ended up selling it for 700% gain, which was still phenomenal. Like that was a great investment. And I was showing my fiance's mom, I guess my soon-to-be mother-in-law. I was showing her.
She hot?
Come on now.
Trying to make sure you're gonna have a good wife for life.
I was showing you. I'm sure she's gonna be excited to listen to you say that. You should ask her actually.
I bet she's hot. I like to think she's hot.
So the main thing there was I was showing how the naked crypto raiders were what do you call it? I'm flipping naked Johns, Tammys, and whatever the hell else it was.
They got clothing now. They got gear now.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But anyways, that was my story there.
So what about Tom Bilyeu? What about the speculation at 0.1? Because you assume that it's going to go to 0.3 or 0.4.
I want to withdraw ourselves from Tom Bilyeu for a second and actually compare this to something else, which I'm curious about.
Sure.
Which is your favorite project, Atom Bomb Squad.
Okay.
And so Atom Bomb Squad, which has seen the floor repeatedly drop, and I'm about to pull this full circle in a second.
Yeah.
That floor just keeps dropping like an anchor in the ocean, just straight to the ground.
What project?
Atom Bomb Squad. And what happens there is the founder of whatever Atom Bomb Squad is, the hundreds, I don't believe that most of the buyers of this project are actual true fans of Bobby Hundreds. I think the majority of the people are people that like myself, that learned about Bobby Hundreds this year, saw someone tweet about it, maybe bought his book, whatever it is, learned about him, and then found out that found out because he had a partnership with Bored Ape Yacht Club, which was insane. It was impressive. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of fans of Atom Bomb Squad and the hundreds, but what I'm saying is I think there were a lot of people that are coming from the NFT space, and he got on this space to explain to us the NFT space, which to me is the most pretentious way to behave. Because literally, we've been in this space trading the NFTs for a while, and he comes in and does this huge thing and is going to explain to me what a fucking NFT is.
OpenSea is this place where you can buy and sell.
Okay, got it. So he goes and does these spaces and explains how he's going to help onboard these people. Now, I believe that. And if he's going after that audience, Gary Vee did the exact same thing. He onboarded a bunch of people into the NFT space, and respect from that standpoint. I just don't know that the people that bought this, and sorry for those listeners that are tired of hearing me vent about projects. I'm not always a negative Nancy. I'm also actively buying shit. But the main point is I'm a little bit skeptical of some of these early projects where you have people buying in. I think the people buying in are NFT people. I don't know if they're actually true fans of some of these people, like Tom Bilyeu.
It's very big supply. I don't think the art's that cool, so he has to like do some sort of like utility play on it. I would imagine he'll probably do like a 3Lau-esque faces pump. You know, he'll keep coming up with all these like news, like you're gonna burn bombs.
There
to,
is
make
well,
like
he's
a
gonna have
bomb.
maybe he does that, but he was like on the space being like, right now the floor is still accessible and that's not going to last for a long time. And I'm like, yo, you're forward projecting the floor. Like once you're at that point and you're getting it, like it's getting questionable. I don't think, as Jago says, dude, I understand that they've been popular within street culture, but dude, Doge Pound has great art.
No, he's saying Jago's saying that they haven't been popular in a while. So basically, I think that there's a lot of FUD surrounding the project. Obviously, it remains to be seen what the actual floor of a 25,000 mint project like this is going to be. I think people have been relatively disappointed with the announcements that have been made so far, especially after having to wait for the metadata. The most recent announcement was that you basically have a free ticket to a food festival in New York. I think it's actually happening today. It's either today or next Sunday. And owners of the special bombs, aka the ones with the stickers, I own one of those, which were like alluded to having special privileges. Literally, the special privilege at that food festival is that you get a voucher for a free chicken sandwich.
Wow,
I'm
man,
not making that up.
that's good utility right there. I've never gotten food from an NFT project.
So that's
and
like
maybe
the
a
one
first
thing
of
that
its
had me
kind.
kind of shook.
I'm getting a coupon. I'm getting a coupon for a free fucking corn dog
where I
at the
spent
local fair.
$4,000 invested in this thing. That's the most
Yeah, dude. Like, do I get the
Coupon bug.
6-inch corn dog or do I get like the jumbo corn dog?
I think only the small one.
So as you can imagine, you know, as a holder of one of the bombs with the stickers, I was relatively
minimum
disappointed
$10
to hear
purchase.
that I get like a $10 chicken
But
sandwich.
Pio's been like been a
$15.
big bull on this thing for a long time.
And he got a chicken sandwich.
He got a chicken sandwich. And I'm still
and I had
holding
a
my bombs for anyone that's
1.3
like
ETH.
Nick's just fudding everything. I own these things. I
Me
have
too.
not sold because I'm a believer that this guy figures out how to bring his business into the 21st century. Because actually, as someone said, these were popular like in the mall. So this was like hot topic for like the later, you know, maybe the next generation, where they were walking around the mall and buying some of these, and they're like, yo, man, dude, that bomb is cool. You to bomb. That's what was going on at that point.
Fucking nerds.
I don't know, but yeah. So I'm one of the nerds that's holding one of these rare bombs.
I'm
and
holding
I had a
4 of it. That's
1.3
not
ETH
rare
offer on it. Yes, it is. It's got the sticker on it, bro.
It's got the
It's
sticker
absolutely
on it.
rare.
Oh, it says rare. My bad.
No,
It's
that's
rare,
registered.
bro.
No, I
He
know.
owns the copyright.
Look at this. Like if you look at these properties, they're all rare, but this one's
Wait,
particularly rare.
you have it listed for 3 ETH?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Dude, the only rare property you have is that the color is blue.
No, Anxious Adam. Anxious Adam. You see it right here.
35%?
35%.
Oh, 0.3.
Point
There we go. He's
35.
anxious.
Let's
Can I
go.
see? I'm anxious about this project sitting in my wallet. I'm gonna be completely honest, dude. This is. Scroll up to the picture. Let's see his face.
It's not going to go to zero. He's
can I
gonna
see the
drive
photo?
utility to it.
What do
He
you
just
keep
raised
zooming
a lot
in
of money.
on? No, I want to see. Yeah, he looks anxious. Wow, that looks real rare.
It's rare. Micah sold one for 8 ETH right at the top. He's so much smarter than us. It's crazy. And I know you sold 15. I sold one actually for a half ETH. But yeah, I mean, look, we're going to see what happens with the project. I'm disappointed by the chicken sandwich, but I'm holding out hope that there will be more than sandwiches in the future.
Well,
I just want to say,
like, if you could get up to like over the lifetime of a project, like 100 chicken sandwiches, then that's like 0.2 to 0.3 ETH.
if I could keep getting free food like once a month, then like if I could get a free meal
NFT,
once a month, then I'm gonna earn back the amount that I invested in these NFTs probably before I die.
Make dividends.
This one is a great one. Pio got this one also. Wow, great flex there, Pio. Dude, this I guarantee you that this video is going to just be filled with comments about how much I suck. And please do get rid of me onto the next.
You deserve all of those.
One thing I will say.
VGFR agreed.
Super
He
bullish
agreed
move.
to be the new host of the show.
Super bullish move for Ape Gang. I posted that I switched my Ape Gang to my profile pic, and it's my like highest like post in like a week or two. It has like 62 likes, and so many people liking it have Ape Gang profile pics. So that's a really bullish sign. So
yep.
I'm feeling good about Ape Gang. All the gobbly goopies, all the fucking spaghetti medis, all of that fucking stupid copy traded shit I did because I thought I didn't understand NFTs, and so I needed to start buying all the nonsense that other people are buying.
Ooh.
Getting away from that, getting back to the basics. I got my fucking notes, my attack plan for how I'm approaching the NFT space going forward. I'm ready to rumble. I'm the rubber god. I own 1% of Rubber Supply and 10K TF stock room. Get at your boy when that shit drops. But you know what? I'm in not lose money mode. Okay, I got a fucking game plan here.
Ape Gang, the Ape Gang plan.
It's on there. Ape Gang's on there.
Can I show one?
Getting rid of the gobbledygoops is on here too. That's in the cell. Get rid of the fucking goops. Get the goops out of my damn wallet.
Show you guys something real quick that I have to talk about to just help me cope with it, which is here we go.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Nick, can we get like a little like therapy sounding music? Hello, this is NFT Alpha's. Wait, Nick's mic's stuck. I thought he literally was just having a stroke, but his camera's
lagging, bro.
He got rugged hard, dude. I thought he was really enjoying our conversation. I was like, dude, he hasn't fucking moved in like a hot minute. Okay, now it's just us two. Okay, but okay, here we go. Hello, this is NFT Alpha's Sunday morning therapy session. During this part of the segment, we go through some things that just stung a little bit, and we're here to be an inclusive community. So today we have Pio. Pio wants to share a tragedy that happens in the NFT space that really hurts deep down in the core. One of the worst ways to take a loss. Pio, you have the space.
So I fat fingered something for the first time, which is this non-fungible bones holiday boy, which is like on the rarer side. So I was trying to list it.
Oh, that looks beautiful too. That's a beautiful looking one.
So Nick, I was just saying that, and thanks, for coming back.
Yeah, can I just frame the room real quick, Nick? This is NFT Alpha's Sunday morning therapy session. During this segment of the show, once a week, we have someone come on and share a really tough loss. Something painful that happens in the NFT space, and we create a safe space for them to talk about it. So today's guest on the therapy show is Pio, and Pio has a tough loss that he wants to talk about that many people in the space can relate to.
Okay.
Yeah, I fat fingered, and instead of 0.28, I did 0.028. I tried to cancel immediately. Someone just bought it immediately, and now he's got it listed at 0.27. These routinely sell between 0.2 and 0.3. So I basically flushed 0.25 ETH of value.
You didn't just
toilet,
fat finger it. You fat fingered it, and then you clicked, and then you clicked again, and then you clicked again. That's what happened. So that's pretty bad.
If I can give you a piece of advice,
that was bad therapy. I apologize. I wasn't being supportive.
I had
worse, Nick.
I had a math teacher in the 3rd grade, so I was very young at the time, and I used to answer my math questions with point, right, and then the decimals after that. And she dinged me on my quiz because she said you need to put a 0 before your point. And I said I don't really see the difference or the need. And she said, well, in hospitals, if nurses don't put that 0 first, sometimes patients get the wrong dose accidentally and they die. And I was 7 years old at the time. So ever since then, I always put a 0 before the point if you're ever trying to do a decimal transaction. And that's going to help you avoid getting that 0 on the other side of the decimal. And that's what costs you there. I hate to see it. I think this is a beautiful piece of art. Here's the thing, Pio, okay? How much money did you lose?
Call it 0.25 ETH.
No, that's opportunity cost. How much did you buy it for?
I got it for free.
Okay. This is not a loss.
Hold on, this is a safe space. This is a safe space. Okay, Pio, no, it still stings because you're over there. You're counting your chicken sandwich coupons, and 0.25 ETH. That's probably 200 chicken sandwiches. Okay, so that's painful. That hurts. You almost. And the thing is if you were making the sale, you wanted the ETH. That's what really stings, right, Pio? Is you were making the sale because you wanted some liquid. You wanted to go do something with it, and now it's gone.
You wanted to buy. You wanted to buy a beautiful
avatar therapy
that looks like a sock puppet. And it doesn't care, if you think that the frogs don't look like sock puppets and you believe that they're world-class art, then that's okay. We're okay. We're okay with that. So I just want to apologize for my behavior during much of the show where I was both insulting projects. I was insulting, Pio for his mistake and him being a stupid idiot. I want to apologize for saying that because, even if that's true, Pio, I just want to apologize for having said that. And,
I love that, Nick. That Nick almost had a little mini therapy session there. And I think that was really healthy for everyone. I like it. Sarah, Sebastian, love the name. Sorry about the mic. I literally have a working mic in the mail. It's getting delivered today. Upgrade production level. You're going to hear my smooth, buttery voice. You're going to fall in love with it.
Wait till he gets a camera as well. That's what they're going to be asking for next. They're going to say Nick needs a camera.
Yeah, after the losses this month, I'm definitely be getting it from the fucking, local fucking pawn shop. But otherwise,
do they accept NFTs?
Yeah, probably soon with how things are going. Probably soon. What was I going to say about this? Oh yeah, just closing thought. Pio, I want to talk about mine. I want to talk about
Pio, your mic is also still bringing up a lot of that feedback. I mean, he has. What you don't want to do is buy a mic as good as Pio's, because then it picks up every sound.
Yeah, no, I understand. Like basic sound stuff. I was in middle school, took an elective class on it. Anyways, Pio. So final thing to just bring this together, okay, is we're going to talk about mindset here, right? Because the worst thing that you can do after a fat finger is allowing that to set your NFT mindset going forward. Because if your mind is in a negative space, it's not going to be able to find the next opportunity. You're not going to be able to find that next 0.25 ETH, maybe that next 2.5 ETH play, if your mindset is focusing on that pain. Okay. Yeah. I have a Wim Hof breathing technique that I'd like you to do. I'll share it with you afterwards, but it's basically 30 inhales. Okay, big inhales, just let the breath come out.
You're going to convulse on the floor after this, by the way.
You're going to do a big hold for as long as you can. And then as long as you can, then when you feel the urge to breathe, exhale, inhale, hold for 10 seconds, do that whole process 3 times. That's the Wim Hof method. That's literally, it injects excess oxygen through the hyperventilating into your body. It's going to put you in a good mindset. And then what I need you to do is say, hey, I'm in a beautiful time and space in life. I took a little loss, but compared to everything else, it's so minuscule.
Well,
I want to thank the universe for what has provided for me so far, and I want to open up opportunities for me.
and on every single one thing, just to add to that, that's what you say at the end of the breathing. What I want you to do is on every single breath, be like, that was a stupid fucking mistake. And then followed by the second one, what you want to say is, I'm not a dumb idiot. So that's on the way out. So like, that was a stupid fucking mistake. I am not a dumb fucking idiot. And so that's what you're gonna do during that breathing exercise, okay? And then you're gonna do that 3 times.
Everybody,
and then on the last one,
subscribe to the Nifty Alpha.
no, I will not jump out the fucking window.
Join our Discord.
I will, but I may buy another stupid.
Follow Sophisticated Art Speculator. Unfollow @allnick on Twitter. Unfollow him.
Sorry, I can't hear you. That music's so loud.
I'm going to be doing giveaways where you have to follow me and retweet it, but you have to prove that you're not following Nick to get access to the giveaway.
Ape gangs make sense. Goops didn't work out. But Goops don't define me. 10K KTF Soccer is going to work out.
Dude.
Maddie also owns Pumpamettis. Maybe it'll come back. That Treeverse play was pretty good. Good job on that one. Dude. That stupid Panther Club you been the other day. Minus 1.3.
Oh my gosh. What were
I feel so much better.
That was good. I think that was a great outro. You know, hey, if you watch this show, we gave you nothing to buy on this one. You know, maybe we'll do buys on
Metahero, Mintum, you're gonna get Jupiters. It's a good call.
Jared said Nick is hilarious. I'm assuming he's talking about you, but I'll take it as he's talking about me. But it's all Nicks are funny in this show. Yeah,
Thanks
that was so hold on. If you're still here, why? But if you are, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and then also check out the Discord. Don't use the case that Pio was doing. He doesn't understand programming. So it's the nifty.com/Discord. Check it out. And yeah, that's I think that's good for an outro. And as the host of today's show, you're welcome. We had some great guests on today, Pio and Sophisticated Art Speculator.
Thanks for having me.
Maybe we'll have you again on the next episode.
Definitely for Sunday therapy sessions, because I felt like I led a good one, and we'll have a lot more pain next Sunday to process.
I agree.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.